Welcome back to the TWAB podcast. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been walking with us through season 2, I want to say this quietly but clearly. Something is forming. Today's episode is called Becoming the Brand, when your identity becomes the strategy. And this isn't about marketing. It's about who you're becoming while you build. Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever felt pressure to sound more confident than you feel? To show up more polished than you are? To build a brand that looks successful while quietly hoping you'll grow into it later? Here's the truth we don't say enough. You don't scale brands, you scale identities. And anything built faster than your identity can carry eventually starts asking more of you than you can sustainably give. We've been taught that strategy comes first, that once you find the right system, the right funnel, the right format, everything else will follow. But TWAB teaches something different. Identity always precedes strategy, because strategy without identity creates exhaustion. Visibility without self-trust creates anxiety, and income without grounding creates fear of loss. If you don't know who you are, your brand will keep asking you to perform. Here's today's law, the law of identity before increase. God doesn't expand what you pretend to be ready for. He expands what you've become strong enough to steward. Your brand is not your logo. It's your nervous system. It's how you decide. It's what you tolerate. And it's what you say no to, especially when no one is watching. Most people don't burn out because they work too hard. They burn out because they're trying to maintain an image their identity hasn't caught up to yet. They're building from pressure, not permission, from imitation, not integration. But when identity leads, strategy becomes simpler. Content becomes clearer and decisions become lighter because you're no longer asking, what should I do? You're asking what aligns with who I am becoming. There was a time when I thought I needed to refine my strategy, but what I really needed was to stop abandoning myself to look credible. I needed fewer tactics and more honesty. Honesty about my pace, my capacity, my values. And the moment I stopped trying to perform a brand and started embodying one, things didn't explode, they stabilized. And stability is the soil where trust grows. Let me offer 3 questions, not as homework, but as mirrors. Here's the first one. Where are you copying someone else's strategy instead of honoring your own temperament? And the second one, what part of your brand feels heavy because it's not rooted in who you truly are? And the last one, if your brand grow tomorrow, would your identity feel ready or would it feel exposed? These questions don't judge, they clarify. Here's the part that changes everything. When your identity becomes the strategy, you stop chasing relevance. You build resonance. You don't need to show up louder. You show up truer. And the right people recognize that immediately. You don't need to rush your becoming. You're allowed to mature in public slowly. This season of refinement is not delaying your success. It's protecting it. Stay rooted, stay honest, stay with yourself. This week, don't ask, how do I grow my brand? And ask instead, who am I becoming as I build? Let that question guide your decisions. Not pressure, not comparison, just alignment. Remember this, partner. Strategy can be copied. Identity cannot. At TWAB, we don't build brands that impress. We build brands that endure. Wellness before wealth, wisdom before overflow, identity before increase. Until next time, walk gently, Build honestly and trust the version of you that is still unfolding.